Hi, welcome back. You're watching Michelle with Michelle's Life. Today's video is my monthly wrap-up. I didn't get to do a TBR check-in due to the moving past that, but I will show you really quickly what my TBR was and how unsuccessful I was at accomplishing my goals. Yeah. The first book that I picked up this month was Hero of Ages. This is the third book in the Mistborn trilogy by Sanderson. I really love this series so far. It's just a slower read for me. It usually takes me a while to read the first half and then I speed through the other half. And I usually read a book in between the halves, but I read to 252 and I mean, that's pretty good, right? I'm really enjoying where the story is going. I enjoy all the characters. I'm enjoying the plot. I'm really hoping for some of these twists to occur. You know, a lot has changed. A lot of time has passed. Well, not even a lot of time has passed, but a lot of things have happened in this book, and I'm really hoping for, like, the repercussions to really start happening. But I'm really enjoying it. The next book that I picked up, and the reason why I put down Hero of Ages, was because I bought Empire of Storms. I don't know why I didn't include this in my TBR video. I think because I didn't physically own it yet, but I should have included this and Witch's Pyre in my TBR because both of them were highly anticipated reads. But I did get to this one this month and I did finish it. I wound up rating it 4 out of 5 stars. This is the 5th installment in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I'm sure you've seen some videos going around BookTube about it. I will not say too much about it because it's the 5th book and I don't want to spoil anything. But in this book, a lot of the side characters are very well developed. And in some of the previous books, I know a lot of people complained that they didn't enjoy the non-Selena Sardothian chapters. They didn't like the side characters. And in this book, it was quite the opposite. You were reading for those side characters. You didn't want to hear Selena's story anymore. You wanted these side characters. And they're so well developed. I will say that Sarah J. Maas has announced that this is more of an adult type book, and there are adult-ish scenes throughout this book. So just keep that in mind before you pick up this one. The series does start off as a teen series, and then as Selena ages, so does the content and the experiences that she has within these stories. So just keep that in mind. I did give this a 4-star just because Selena isn't really the same character anymore and I don't enjoy her as much. She's much more of a plot-driven character than she is like a real person. And then I also don't enjoy her cousin Aiden very much. He's kind of weird, like the bond he has with Selena, and a lot of the things he says and stuff I didn't really enjoy. I will say that Sarah J. Maas wrote him as a bisexual character, though Aiden is currently interested in a hetero relationship within this series. So I don't know what else to say about that, but I don't necessarily want to say it's good representation because it was literally like one line in the story where it was brought up, but I thought I would mention it regardless. And then I picked up Eyre because I'm buddy reading it with Kayla Rain. We haven't gotten too far. We're only reading like 2 or 3 chapters a day, and I'm only on page 53 right now. So I will be finishing this book next month, but you know, maybe if I just read all of these pages in one book, I would have finished more than just one book this month, but it is what it is. Then I picked up Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore from my Overdrive. I listened to the audiobook, which I highly recommend. The narrator does a really good job of reading the book and making it interesting. I was sold on picking this book up because I was told it's like a book lover's book. I'm not really finding that. I'm only 43% of the way through, but it's more of like a computer coder type of book. He works at a bookstore and he talks about coding, and he was in like computer marketing before working at this bookstore. He codes a map of the bookstore into his laptop and then finds things and discovers things, and there's like something mystical and mysterious happening in this bookshop that he's trying to figure out what's going on with it. So that's really interesting and I'm really enjoying it. But don't go into this book thinking that it's a book lover's book, because so far 53% of the way through It's not. I also picked up Behold the Dreamers by Imbolo Mbue? I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. I didn't look it up. I'm sorry. And I'm really enjoying it. I picked it up via NetGalley, which I'm so thankful for, because I originally picked it up because that cover, right? That cover, guys, is beautiful. And then I saw Joss over on Scribble Reads review it, and her review was just on point. All of her reviews are on point, but it definitely made me want to pick it up sooner. And my friend Michelle from Mishmash also read a chapter from the book, from the Try a Chapter tag, and I could tell by the way she was excited after talking about it that I really needed to pick it up. And I'm glad that I'll be able to talk to these people about this book, because I read the first 15% of the book, and it's a 400-page book, in a matter of minutes, and I'm not that quick of a reader, but it's just so fluid and digestible and enjoyable. And so it's this story of an African man coming over from Cameroon, Africa, to New York City, and the process that he goes through with immigration and finding a job. And it's just a really interesting perspective, and unlike anything I've read before. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Americana, just because coming over to the States and that experience of what it's like. Other than that, it is very different. The man in the story has a family that he has to worry about bringing over, and it's a really interesting perspective that I think a lot of us need to learn more about as Americans. And I like the addition of food that's discussed in the book, the cultural food that they're eating even in New York, and it's just really, really good. It's really digestible and really easy to read and really well written. I'm really looking forward to finishing it. So that's it for this wrap up. I didn't read anything on my TBR. I mean, I didn't finish anything on my TBR, but I did finish a 700-page book in a month that I moved, and I've also been severely depressed since my husband left for his deployment. So it's been a month. Unfortunately, I was unable to participate in Diversathon, and I'm really upset that I wasn't able to participate. But at the same time, I participate in Diversathon year-round. I read diversely all the time. If you go and watch my October TBR, you'll see that I read diversely all the time. So I failed at reading diversely this month, but I also failed at reading in general this month. So I'm sorry. I'm hoping to tell you guys about more books at the end of next month, or hopefully I'll be doing TBR check-ins. We'll see. I have no idea what next month will bring, but that's it for this monthly wrap-up. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!